are goblins and ghouls and otherwise grotesque creatures of the night. We're here to talk about Rob Zombie's The Munsters. I actually have a quote here from Joe Blow, a little update if you guys haven't been following. So, we've known for a while that The Munsters is probably going to bypass the theatrical release. A release through Universal streaming service Peacock seemed like a strong possibility, but that's not where The Munsters is going. Zombie has taken to social media to confirm that the movie is going to be released through the Netflix streaming service. It continues on to say, the trailer promises that The Munsters will be released sometime in September. Okay, so the trailer came out. People are having opinions. And people fucking hate it. People really... So let me give you some perspective. So the movie's budget was $40 million, okay? $40 million. That's a pretty sizable budget for a streaming movie already. But given the IP and who the director was, not a lot of people batted an eye. They assumed that it was going to be some sort of weird take. And I have to be honest. I watched the trailer, and I'm not super excited for it either. But I also have two people here with me who also watched the trailer. So, Franny, let me start out with you. You watched the Munsters trailer. What did you think of everything on display?
I had really high hopes because I like Rob Zombie movies.
And the Munsters. You like both?
And the Munsters. I like both. I didn't expect it to be too serious, but maybe like a little bit because of who the director was.
Yeah, I mean, he made us just Devil's Rejects and Halloween 2, the movie with the white horse. I mean, that shit, he's definitely been more brutal in the past, so.
Yeah. I'm still excited for it, and I feel like I'm going to take it for what it is. I just wish it was going to be better than what it looks like.
Yeah, that's the hope, right? Hope springs eternal. For all we know.
I really want it to be good.
Maybe he put out this trailer as like a meme. He's like, I'll make him think it's bad. But then it won't be.
I think it's going to be lighter than we all want it to be. But I think that could be all right. I don't even think it could be okay.
For me, the lightness isn't the issue, but we'll get into it. Zane, you watched the Munsters trailer.
I loved that trailer.
What?
Dude, it was so good.
You're out of your fucking mind.
It was pure fucking goof. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, Rob Zombie, he's like, dude, he does things serious and gritty. Dude, I had literally the whole time, like, the music's playing to that trailer, I'm bopping to it. It's so fucking goofy.
If you ever want to prove that Zane's a consumer, they fucking put on the theme music and he's like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Listen, dude, the sound quality is bad. The production design is bad. We're talking about a $40 million movie. Oh
yeah, the costuming is awful.
It's bad. It's not like cute like the Munsters to where it's like, no, it's the period, or oh, it's niche and they're trying to be goofy. No, like, it looks bad. Even if you're trying to be fun, it looks bad.
But like, it still could be fun.
It reminds me a lot of Rocky Horror and Little Shop of Horrors.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's that real goofy. They might still add a few little dark things.
Yeah.
Like, if they're gonna add dark shit, you don't put that shit front and center. Like, yeah, if it was a Grindhouse film, you could be like, this is gonna be dark. It's the fucking Munsters. Like, they're gonna be goofy with it. There's probably gonna be some other shit. Same way that, like,
well, let's point out some of the obvious factors here. For one, I don't have a problem with movies like, in fact, I was in Rocky Horror, for the record. I literally did Rocky Horror on stage for years, and I love A Little Shop of Horrors. The difference between the goofiness of those trailers and those movies and the supposed goofiness of this movie and the definite goofiness of this fucking trailer is that one looks like it was done by like professionals who want to put on like a kitschy fun movie with puppets and shit. And the other one looks like a bunch of drunk people making a YouTube video. Like us. Like, if we made a Munsters movie, except ours might be better. I was really, really turned off by this trailer. Not because of any of the jokes or any of the kookiness, but because, like, I could hear audio quality issues in the trailer. And also, it's going to streaming for a reason. They paid $40 million with different intentions of where it was going to go. And then all of a sudden, it's going on streaming. And it's not even going on our company streaming service. We're gonna sell that shit to Netflix.
See, but Netflix also dropped what was it, Adam Project and Red Notice.
Yeah, like, those were their own, but those movies were produced by Netflix. Like, the intention was always to have it somewhat come into Netflix. And that's why Netflix has been putting out a theatrical release window for some movies, because they make some good movies. But this was made by a different studio and then sold to Netflix, and Netflix is like, we're not going to put this in theater. We're going to put this shit on streaming.
There was another movie that Netflix just dropped like a few months ago that they bought from a...
And also, if The Munsters is as good as The Adam Project, I'll still be disappointed. Yeah. Like, I liked The Adam Project, but we're talking about The Munsters here. We're talking about a beloved property from a lot of people who really adored it and adore the time machine that it is. And I just think it's a really bad trailer. But I could be wrong. The movie could be the shit. I haven't seen it yet.
I hope it is good. I want it to be good.
Hope springs eternal.
Literally, like all of the goofiness in that reminds me, like, it just... The whole time it reminded me of the scene where Frankenfurter is jumping between the two beds, where he's like getting with the wife, getting with the husband, and just like real goofy slapstick, dumb. Like it felt funny and like it was trying to be.
The editing at the beginning of it too, like the way that they showed like this like shitty graveyard and just put like the old announcer with like the text. Like, I should have liked that, but the way it was oriented in the video just made it feel like a shitty, angry video game nerd video. Like, it just was not what I'd expect from a 40 million... Like, I'm okay with kitsch. I'm talking about the quality of the trailer.
So what it felt like to me is it felt like they've got, like, probably like a montage moment in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, and that's pretty much what it showed us, was little excerpts from that.
I don't know. There was stuff in black and white, and there was stuff in color.
Well, yeah.
It's got a little bit of... I'm sure it comes throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. And I'm sure that they're going to be doing, like, as far as, like, it's Rob Zombie. He's going to be doing different weird cinematography stuff with it. But as far as, like, what they showed, I think that they kept a lot of things very close to the chest.
Yeah, I believe that. There's not a whole lot of plot in this trailer.
Yeah, no.
But that could be because they're trying to hide how bad the plot is. Or... It could be because they're trying to hide how good the plot is.
Yeah, hopefully.
But the natural... We just... Now, not speaking for me or Zane specifically, the internet's reaction, wildly negative. I would say that you're probably the first person I've spoken to, internet or in person or otherwise, that has had a positive thing to say about it. So the general idea is that the audience reaction's been bad so far. So then that kind of begs the question, are people still going to watch this on Netflix? Is it still, like, does it even have a chance to be a hit with such a monumentally hated trailer? Because who knows? Like you said, maybe it's good. It very well could be. I've been wrong before. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And is there anything else you guys wanted to add to this discussion? Or
no, I mean, I'm definitely not like as positive as Zane is on it, but I want it to be good. I'm not as negative as you are on it either.
Well, you say me, but I am fully ready for this movie to be good. Let me just clarify.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, and if I am, tell me why in the comments.
See, when you told me you were like, the internet's really upset about this trailer, I was expecting something like
I know, maybe I shouldn't have framed it for you. You know, maybe I should have just let you watch it. But
I had a good time watching the trailer. I'm like, this is going to be goofy. They're definitely not showing me everything. It's Rob Zombie.
Really, like, anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the whole trailer. Like, it seemed like they were trying to show things that it's like, oh, look at this progression. But it felt like a montage moment where they could fake how much they're showing, where it's like, oh, well, like, you're seeing them meet, you're seeing them this happen, you're seeing them meet the neighbor, you're seeing these. Like, it seemed like one of those things where it's like, oh, look at how much we're showing you about the movie, and they're not showing you anything about the movie.
Barely anything at all.
And it's literally just like they're showing some goofy moments so that if they do add in some darker or weirder stuff, like, it hits better. That's one of the things that I always have issues with trailers anymore nowadays, is that half the time, like, easily my favorite trailer was the Super 8 trailer, where literally the only thing that happens, you see the train wreck, you hear the thudding on the door, and then the door springs open. Super 8. That was it. Didn't tell you anything.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that movie.
And
I
it
didn't
built
remember that
so
trailer.
much
Well,
hype.
that, JJ is a fucking genius. And, and I've said in the past that Rob Zombie, I mean, like, as dreadful as some of his movies are to watch, it's in a good way. It's the way it's intended to be. All of your uncomfortableness that is attached to a Rob Zombie picture is important. and that's why I'm kind of wondering if maybe there's a chance that he's trying to make a trailer that people hate.
That's what I got out of it.
But at the same time, why? Why would you want people to hate your first trailer? It just doesn't make any sense to me personally, especially with such a big budget. But anyway, guys.
Also think about how much people talked about the Sonic movie after they dropped that awful trailer. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, they were probably planning on putting out bad Sonic, but a lot of Hollywood could have seen, because the Sonic movie did amazingly. After they did all those like re-edits of the CGI, like it did gangbusters.
Well, to be fair, they also re-edited the movie. They took out Gangster's Paradise. There was a lot of things that they changed about that movie before it came out. Rob Zombie is not going to listen to any. He's really like into what his vision, and that's cool. But I promise you that the negative reception he's receiving, he is like, and.
But I'm saying I think he could have put this out to purposefully get negative reception to create more talk about the movie.
Maybe. I mean, here the movie's shot and finished, so we'll have to, guys, just let us know in the comments what you think. Clearly this is a thicker subject than we had anticipated, so please let us know. Did you actually like the trailer? Do we not? Do I not know what the fuck I'm talking about? Or is Zane insane and that was the worst trailer you've ever seen? Let us know down in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe to check out more ridiculous stories like this. Peace out, kids.